So here's my book, Volcano, 2018 eruption, Puna District, Hawaii. These are all my own photographs. This was right in our own neighborhood here, right in Puna. Incredible, and terrible, and amazing. All right, I'm going to read this to you, and I'll give you some notes along the way. I want to point out that this book is a lay flat book. These pages are glued back to back so that the pictures don't have any seam in the middle. They go straight across. It's fantastic. Just wonderful. All right, let's get started. So on May 3rd, volcanic eruptions began in Lower Puna. I arrived home on May 17th to the sound of disconcerting booming noises and tales of lava running through our beloved landscape. Living with terror and wonder, I took as many photos as I could. Homeward bound. Leaving Colorado snow and headed home towards Hawaii lava. We've been so busy in Ouray. I'm looking forward to catching up on our weather and lava flows, seeing family and friends, and of course our puppy Little. I've missed you, Big Island. See you soon. We arrive home from Colorado to very loud grinding and booming. I've never heard anything like this in my life. I post on Facebook, the loud booming noises are disconcerting. Everybody else must be hearing it too. Here are responses from my friends. Yes, we are outside listening to them too. We're hearing them over at our place, but 3 days ago they were even louder. Where are you? Are they from Fishers? We are mid-HPP on the Pahoa at Dead End side. They are from the eruptions. To say the least, I hear it all the way from HPP Cololian 26th. It's the drums welcoming you home. Welcome home. You've been missing all the excitement the past few weeks. This is the first night I've heard them. I really don't like this. Hearing it on Cololian 29th. Welcome home, Harry. It's getting to be the new normal. I'm actually getting used to it. Not sure whether or not that's a good thing. It's been loud for days. I've been hearing them for 3 nights at my house in HPP. Friends can hear them in Hilo. It feels and sounds like our backyard. We were watching it the other night, so I knew that what the sound was. It was 4 or 5 miles behind us. Can see the glow from our lanai. Disconcerting is a perfect description. I'm trying to be nonchalant, but I'm totally out of my element. Hearing it on 14th and Makuu, where is it coming from? Fissure? Crater? We never heard this before. What is happening? Hope you're okay. Welcome home. You've been missing all the excitement. It's louder than usual. The pups, some of them, are reacting by continually barking. Disconcerting, definitely. I can hear it in Orchid Land. Crazy. Last night was the first time I heard it. I heard it all night. Still hearing it up in Hawaiian Shores. It is a trip. They are. So is the jet engine noise. Welcome home, Harry and Mouse. And the furnace sound. Welcome home, Harry. The jet fights. The fighter jets and artillery fire bug me more than the quakes. I'm in Ainaloa. Still sounds like a distant battle. 3rd night, I think. This is the new normal. It woke Steve up at 3 in the morning. Yes, the new normal beat me to it. Big booms up here in Lalakea. Welcome home. Welcome back. Here in Black Sands, sheltering in place. Good luck to us all. Tonight is the first time I'm hearing them too. Disconcerting happened a couple days ago. Welcome home. Little would be happy to see you. A disconcerting concerto of timpani, taco, and drum rolls with an occasional sonic boom for emphasis. Welcome to Pele Show. At one point you get used to it. Welcome back. Tri-stele lawning. Disconcerting was 5.6 and 6.9 earthquakes. Crazy times on the island. I'm looking forward to seeing your shots. I'm sure nobody is sleeping soundly with all this rumbling. I heard it from Orchid Land. Crazy sound, spooked me and the dog. Still going on. Welcome back, and yes, the loud booming is very hard, especially at night. Stay safe. This is Fisher 20. This is Fisher 17 here. This is the view from my friend's backyard, Lanai, and Green Lake. This is like 200 feet high. So these lava bombs would shoot from over here way up into the air, 1,000 feet. We knew it was 1,000 feet because we counted 18 seconds between when they shot up and when they came down. And my friend said, okay, so here's the drill. When you get here, you got to wear a hard hat at all times. And when you hear the loud boom, stop whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is. And look straight up in the air and look for these lava bombs. And if they're coming towards you, wait to move until it gets closer, because if you don't wait, the wind might blow it and it might find you. So, like, wait, and then if they're coming straight towards you, move out of the way at the last minute. That was crazy. That's probably the craziest thing I've done. All right, here's what I wrote. Time to get up close and personal. I'm headed to Fisher 17 this morning. Wish me luck. These are all Fisher 17. This is as close as I got. This was really close. This is shooting up like 200 feet in the air, but the trade winds were blowing and it was pushing the lava that way. Still, it didn't feel very safe, so I just like got real close and took pictures real fast and then got away. And then Fisher 17 at night. Okay, so this is Fisher 20. We could see this off my friend's porch, but you had to like look to the side of his porch, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and eventually we started hiking out there to take a good look at it. This is the first night the lava made it all the way to the ocean. Here's what I wrote when I took this picture. Someday we'll find words for these visions, but for now, it's all pure emotion. Lava enters the ocean. Somehow it all seems more real now. All right, Leilani Estates. This is a giant lava lake. I didn't know it was a lake when I first got there, but on the side over here is this one, Fisher 13, and Fisher 13 would send up these giant amounts of lava in the air, and then they would come down and they'd make these waves, and then the waves would like go all the way across the lake. It was just mind-boggling. There's a thin little rim over here, and that's all that's holding this entire lake of lava in. Here's what I wrote. My first night in Leilani, it's not what I expected to see. This is the lava lake on the hill. It's so large it boggles my mind. Currently it is flowing towards the ocean. There is a rim on the other side. The lake is deep. I can tell this because there are waves on the lake when the ground shakes. Wow. Wow. This is my first shot of Fisher 8. There's so much lava, there's a shocking amount on Wednesday, but to my dismay there is much more now. There's a large lava lake on the east side of Leilani, Fishers 6, 13, and others. That lake is slowly progressing east while the bulk of the flow heads south towards our county parks, Mackenzie and Poiki. There's another lava lake farther uphill from Fishers 8 and 9. That lake is very active with multiple fountains. The flow is very tall in the middle and appears to be able to overcome small hills. Don't know if it'll slow down or make a channel towards Mackenzie or dig a channel northeast. Lots of uncertainty. If it did dig a channel northeast, that would go towards our house. That was scary. Today there appears a good chance that some of the lava will reach the geothermal plant. We saw recently added orange markings painted on the roads. It is possible they are part of a future evacuation order. If you live in Leilani, you probably have been through the drill and have made plans by now. Stay safe and off private land. Stick together. We're all stronger that way. I always went with a friend when I took pictures of lava. I always went with a friend. Oh, this plant was special. Here's what I wrote. We went looking for a missing cat while in Leilani yesterday. Unfortunately, we didn't find the cat. During our search, I was awestruck by the beauty surrounding me and felt the need to preserve the moment. This plant survived being transplanted and now thrives outside our home in Hawaiian beaches. This plant is outside our bedroom. I took this picture when it was in Leilani, and this is all covered with lava now. But we dug up this plant and brought it home. This is an incredible story too. These little fissures were in this guy's backyard. So here's what I wrote. A kind man offered for us to use his backyard to get closer to the fissure. After we'd been shooting for a few minutes, he mentioned that he had to leave and pick up his kid. He said he'd be back soon. We said we could stay and just close the gate if we leave. After a few short minutes, when he left, these 3 weakly splattering cones started to get more active. A minute later, there was lava shooting up into the air and pumping out so fast. Had to shoot quick and get out of there. I turned and ran back to the car. We raced off as the house was close to being buried. The whole event went so fast it feels like it was all part of a dream. Wow. Wow. Oh boy, this was the night they call Hell Night. This is the night that Fissure 8 went nuts and Fissure 24 started, and there was just lava everywhere. It was coming down 3 streets and there was just sirens and propane tanks blowing up, and nobody knew what was going on, and it was mass confusion. I was taking pictures of a halau that was doing ceremony, and this is Fissure 8 in the distance. And then lava started coming into the yard, and everyone like ran to get out. It was just crazy. It was really confusing. Well, anyway, here's what I wrote. Fissures 8 and 24 began pumping much, much more lava. Then just 15 minutes ago, the lava lake in Leilani got more lava than it could hand off towards the east. Instead, it burst on the north end, sending a wave of lava down many of the streets in Leilani just before 7 p.m. last night. I ended up spending hours with people I didn't expect to. Everyone worked together to help evacuate some late leavers. We didn't end up leaving ourselves until after midnight. I met a couple driving around in a pickup truck. I had seen them pass a couple of times already and walked up to talk to them. It was dark around 9 or 10 p.m. I asked them where they were going, and they said they didn't know. They said they had just lost their home. They had some stuff in the back of the truck, but not much. There was lava coming down 3 of the streets. Exploding propane tanks punctuated the sounds of police sirens. A large drone buzzed overhead for hours. I stood by and took photographs. Wow. Wow. These are all that night. This is Fissure 24. There was nothing, and then all of a sudden this whole rift opened up, and there's lava shooting 200 feet in the air, as long as a football field almost, and this happened in just like minutes. It was crazy. Fissure 24 was fountaining about 200 feet in the air. Standing on the road nearby, I could feel the lava moving under my feet. Felt like a subway train. I could tell it was moving from right to left. I couldn't stay long. It felt sacred and dangerous. Here's where I was standing when I felt the lava moving from this side to this side. I told my friend about it, and he thought I was nuts. And so he came around this methane fires too, and went over there, and he said, oh my God, you can tell. These fires would just pop up everywhere. You'd hear pop, and then you'd look, and there'd be a fire. They're all in the woods. They're everywhere. There was just little fires. And look how far it is from the lava. There's fires just popping up. The intense heat and pressure are making methane fires all over the place. Trees catch fire quickly due to being damaged by the fumes. The fires spread farther than the lava. It's a rough situation. Lava and jungle. That's Puna. So this is a crack or a collapsed lava tube near my friend's house. And the lava came into it, filled up the crack. He thinks it saved his house. It's caught a lot of the lava and it might have saved his house. Near Noni Farms Road, this large crack filling with lava. There are coqui frogs and the breeze. There are occasional crashing trees being pushed over by advancing lava, and in the end it begins to rain. Nice Puna kind rain. It was an incredible experience, being here with just the jungle sounds and the lava. No crowds, no barriers, no signs. Just jungle and lava. This man has a very large cattle ranch. But instead of the cattle grazing in a pasture, they graze in the jungle, in this thick jungle. I don't know how the cattle get in there, but they seem to do fine in the jungle. But you can't walk around in there, it's too thick, and you can't take a four-wheel in there or anything. They had to drive the cattle out with bulldozers, and the space between here, this lava, and the lava behind us was only about 70 yards, and they had to push 400 head of cattle through this little tiny field, pushing them out with these bulldozers. It was crazy. Okay, it says, racing the clock, a farmer worked frantically to get a road cut as the northern edge of the flow down Highway 132 threatens to challenge his plans. Wow. And these pictures are from the hub. The hub gave people food and tents and sleeping bags and everything they needed. People were losing their homes and they didn't know what to do. And they were confused and lonely and scared. All right, here's what I wrote. My wife Mouse worked with World Central Kitchen 7 days a week, feeding our neighbors displaced by the lava. I went to the hub in Paho with the food delivery to get some photos of the people being served. I'm so glad I went. What an amazing community we have. Our caring neighbors outshine even the natural beauty and tropical climate here in Puna. People bring donations directly here. The hub has needs for nearly everything, and they offer nearly everything. There's coffee, toilet paper, toothbrushes, canned food, clothing, dog food, you name it. And there are other people to be near and to make friends with. My grandsons were with me that day, and they jumped right in, helping to unload incoming donations. When they are older, I hope they remember how neighbors all helped each other and how much of a difference it made. Puna strong. Fissure 8. Yeah. Eventually it was all about Fissure 8. Fissure 8, 200 feet high, this lava river as wide as a football field. Wow. So I have a couple of friends that have small planes, and they helped me get these pictures. Sure appreciate them. And their magic flying carpet. Look at the size of the house. These clouds are called pyrocumulus, and they were there all the time. Places downwind of this, we're getting a foot of rain every day, sometimes 2 feet of rain in a day. Incredible. This is the lava ocean entry. I went up on Mauna Kea Mountain to take pictures of the lava glow on the clouds, and I caught the moon rising. Lava ocean entry. This is the lava hitting the ocean. This is beautiful and terrible because this took out the Hawaiian school and it took out our warm spring park, some of our best surfing areas. It's all gone now. This is Fissure 8, looking like a sorceress in the night. This is what it looked like near our home. Every night this glow is here. You can almost read a book by it, it was so bright. Always there, the lava river lights our sky. The time for all things. Fissure 8 catches a shooting star. This is when I was taking the picture with the moonrise. Before the moonrise, I caught a shooting star going through the Milky Way, and this is the glow of the lava in the background. And here's a picture I took last year. This is up in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, and this is the glow of the lava in Kilauea crater when it was being well behaved and staying in the park. We thought it would always be there. It was there for years. And we'd go up at night and take pictures, and it was wonderful and nice and safe, and people would come and take pictures. And now it's gone. The lava left here and went underground and came up in the neighborhood where it wasn't supposed to be. And all my pictures from the national park are like little treasures now because I can't reproduce them. They're the only ones I have. They seem like they're worth 10 times as much to me now. This is Fissure 8 when things are starting to calm down. The lava's stopping and all that's left is steam. Our continuing eruption weighs on all of us here in Puna. The wonder and beauty help, but still, we feel the tremendous weight on our community. Puna's strong because we are. Quite the community here, I'll tell you. These are steam vents in Leilani. I had to cross kind of a dangerous field to get to take this picture, but I felt drawn to take this picture. I had to do it. So I made the trek, and it's one of my favorites. This is Puna crater. This was filled to the rim with lava until the eruption, and then it all drained out and came out in Leilani Estates. Puna crater, empty. So much paradise lost. Fissure 8 quiet. All things end. Well, thank you. Thanks for your time.